using additive and multiplicative inverses to solve equations. First thing, as always, simplify each side whenever possible. Then to solve equations, you want to reverse order of operations. First, you want to check for need of additive reversal, and then you want to undo coefficients. So in the first example, we have 5x plus 4 equals to 19. We are multiplying x by 5 and we are adding 4. The opposite of order of operations would be to undo addition first, and the additive inverse would be negative 4. Whatever we do to one side of the equal sign, we do the same thing to the other. So now we have 5x equals to 19 minus 4, 15. Then we want to undo multiplying x by 5, and the opposite would be to divide by 5. Whatever you do to one side, you want to do the same thing to the other side of equal sign. 5 out of 5 is 1. So x equals to 3 is our solution. Now in example number 2, we have 9x equals to 12x plus 15. Unfortunately, here we have variables on both sides of the equal sign, and as you know, solution looks like a variable on one side and everything else is on the other side. So in order to get both variables on the same side of the equal sign, I am going to use an additive inverse. So my plan is to take this 12x and get it to the other side of the equal sign. The additive inverse would be negative 12x. Whatever I do to one side of the equal sign, I want to do the same thing to the other side. So now this becomes 12 minus 12, that's a 0, plus 15, and 9 minus 12 of x on this side. You can use additive inverses to move things around across the equal sign. Now we have positive 9 minus 12 gives us negative 3x equals to 15. The opposite of multiplying by negative 3 is to divide by negative 3. Whatever we do to one side of the equal sign, you want to do to the other. And something divided by itself becomes positive 1. So we have x equals to positive divided by a negative, negative 5. And this is our solution. Solve. 9x plus 3 equals to 7x minus 11. And once again, we are going to use additive inverses to move things around across the equal sign. So first thing I'm going to do is move all the numbers to the right. So positive 3 will add up to 0 with a negative 3. What I do to one side of the equal sign, I'm going to do the same thing to the other. This will be a 0. Now I also have x values on both sides of the equal sign. And my plan is to get rid of the 7x here by doing additive inverse of 7x on both sides of the equal sign. Thus this will be a 0. So now we have 9x minus 7x on one side of the equal sign equals to negative 11 minus 3. The faster way of doing this is, if you notice that 3 was positive on one side of the equal sign, if you move it across the equal sign, it becomes negative. 7x was positive, and once you moved it across the equal sign, it became a negative. Let's simplify each side. This becomes 9 minus 7 of x equals to same sign. We look for sum of negative 11 and negative 3, and it will be negative 14. 9 minus 7, we have 2x equals to negative 14. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is to divide by 2. Whatever we do to one side of the equal sign, we want to do the same to the other side. And 2 divided by 2 cancels. And we have x equals to negative divided by a positive. Negative 2 goes into 14 7 times. And this is our solution. In example number 4, we have to solve negative 2 times x plus 3 plus 4 equals to 3 times x plus 4 plus 2. The first thing I notice is that we have to do some distribution here. So the inside of the parentheses was x plus 3. We distribute this negative 2. 4 stays the same because it was not inside of the parentheses. Then we need to distribute inside of this parentheses. We have x plus 4, and we need to distribute 3. 2 stays the same because it was not inside of the parentheses. Now let's simplify. Negative 2 times x, negative 2x, positive times negative, negative 2 times 3, 6, plus 4 equals to 3 times x, 3x, plus 3 times 4, 12, plus 2, negative 2x. Different signs, we look for difference between 6 and 4, which is 2. We had more negatives, so it's a negative 2, equals to 3x. Same sign, we look for sum of 12 and 2, which is 14. On this step, we can start solving. We have negative 2 on this side. I would like to have it on the other side of the equal sign. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides. We have positive 3x on the right. I would like to have it on the other side. So I'm going to take away 3x on both sides. Negative 2, negative 3 of x on this side. That's a 0. Equals to, this is a 0. 14 plus 2, which is 16. Same sign, we look for sum, so we have negative 5 of x equals to 16. We are multiplying by negative 5, and the opposite is to divide by negative 5. Whatever you do to one side, you want to do the same to the other side. X is equal to negative 16 out of 5. And this is our answer. That's all.